So um, welcome everybody for attending our seminar about the custom broker exam overview. So Kenvic Training has been in the business since 2008. I used to be, as a founder, I used to be in the logistics day-to-day operation for many years. I used to work for Schenker and work for also UTI, which is not which is acquired by another company a few years ago. And the reason being that I came out from the industry, open the logistics firm, because I see a lot of professionals has the needs for training. When I was working for a logistics company in JFK area, we don't see many training firm or schools with dedications in logistics industries. So that was the reason that I came out with another custom broker, Greg, to open the Kenvic Training with a dedication in helping the professionals in logistics to advance their career in much shorter time. That was back in 2008, many years ago. And afterwards, we developed a lot of courses. We had developed custom broker exam preparation course. We developed international logistics operation training course. And also we developed export operation and compliance course. We work with a lot of professionals from different companies. We have, they are from Fortune 500 companies. And some of them are branch managers or logistics service company owners. We have become member of NCBFAA, and some courses are actually approved and listed on their websites. And maybe some of you guys who's listening right now actually heard of us from the NCBFAA. We are also a member of the Long Island Import-Export Association, which is a local association for the import and export communities in New York, especially Long Island. I would suggest you guys to also become a member of this association. There's a lot of resources you guys can utilize. Kenvic Training has dedicated ourselves in helping people pass the custom broker exam since 2008. As you guys probably know, there's a saying like Chinese people knows how to helping people pass the exam. So we helped a lot of people in the past 10 years, more than 10 years actually, pass the custom broker exam. Especially in the current situation, I think a custom broker license it's become more valuable than other like professionals in this logistics industry. We have received a lot of inquiries in the past months about how to import PPE, how to import the medical devices. So we had a seminar about how to import medical devices about a month ago, and believe it or not, there was about 150 attendees registered the seminars. We do have the recording. In case you guys interested, can contact us about this how to import medical products. And the COVID-19 pandemic actually has become one of the major event in centuries. Let's put it this way. In my opinion, the COVID-19 pandemic has a great influence in our logistics industry. A lot of manufacturers of medical products most likely will be transferred and relocate from countries like China or India or other countries back to United States for security, national security reasons. And also another other industries such as well, essential, let's say essential industries, serving such as food, maybe will also relocate back to the United States. So I mean, the international global trade in the long run, in my opinion, it's going to still be out there, because this is we are in the open world, and also because the IT development, the world has become really a village. This trend it cannot be stopped. United States is continuing to be a consuming country, and so global trade is going to still be there, and logistics is still be the essential services for the all of us. Okay, can you guys hold on for 1 second? Sorry, guys. Sorry for 1 second. So what is custom broker? A custom broker is, as we all know, a custom broker basically is an individual or the company, who help importers to clear the customs. So this is a definition by the CBP. A custom broker basically helping importers, right? When they're importing goods, they need to find out, how much duties they have to pay, and what are some documents they have to supply to the U.S. Customs or other government agencies in order to clear the customs, so they can sell in United States. So in order to become a customs broker, and a person or a company has to be licensed by CBP. It has to be licensed by CBP. For the individual to become a custom broker, this individual has to, pass the exam and pass the background check, then get the license. For the company, in order for a company to become a custom broker, a company has to have a officer. Let's say an officer who holds a custom broker license, who holds an individual custom broker license as a supporting license to so the company can apply and become a licensed custom broker. So that's the definition of a custom broker. So what does a custom broker do? A custom broker do well-known job functions. A custom broker has is import customs clearance, which is the custom broker will help the importers clear customs when they import goods. The second major function of a custom broker is import compliance. Let's say we have Amazon, right? Amazon, let's say we have Walmart, using Walmart as an example. When Walmart import a lot of goods, they have a custom broker, compliance manager in-house, to make sure all the documents, make sure all the HTS numbers is correct because the importer has the ultimate responsibility for the importing. So usually, import customs compliance manager is required for importers if the importer is large enough. So that's the second job the U.S. Customs Broker did. And also another major function is drawback. You guys probably know about Ernst & Young, which is one of the major accounting firm. They have professionals in-house, helping companies do drawback. Let me tell you about what drawback. What is drawback? So drawback is when the importers, when they import goods into United States, let's say from China, and they afterwards they didn't sell the products in United States. Instead, they export the goods to another country such as Brazil. And in this situation, the duties they paid when they import the goods into United States can be paid back, from U.S. Customs. So this process is called a drawback. This is going to be a major job function and and also business trend for customs broker, because a lot of manufacturers has been relocated back to United States, and also because we are in a global village. Products usually made even in United States has parts are made in somewhere else. So all those parts can be duty paid on all those parts can be, going through a process, drawback process to get the money back. So, and also foreign trade zone is another major areas customs brokers can work on. Foreign trade zone basically is an area or a warehouse in United States, and border legally is not in the U.S. Customs territory. So goods can be imported into foreign trade zone without paying any duties first. Companies can do manufacturing, packaging, and processing in foreign trade zone, which is considered to be a foreign territory, and afterwards export to another country or import into United States to enjoy the benefits of low duties, or enjoy the benefits of the country of origin sign, like made in the United States. So these four major areas are, the major functions a U.S. Customs Broker do. Okay, let's talk about average salary. According to pay scale, the average salary of a custom broker is from 30K, which usually is the entry salary level, to 81K. The top 10 usually has more than 81K salaries. The medium salary is about like 56K, in the national level. But usually companies in New York pays more than these salary levels, and bonuses and other profit sharing is not even included. Usually a custom broker in a custom brokerage firm enjoy a lot of profit sharing or bonuses. Okay, the career prospects, the trend, according to recruiter.com, the custom broker, demand for custom brokers has a rate of 2.8%, throughout the, in the past 10 years. I mean, it's still to be is growing because a lot of people is retiring from this industry. the common career path for custom broker. Okay, so this is the common career path for custom broker for those of you who are interested in becoming a custom broker. First, you pass the custom broker license exam, and this is going to be a stepstone for you if you don't have any background in this industry. If you are not from the logistics or international trading companies. So getting the custom broker license, passing exam is definitely a stepstone for you, and then you become a custom entry writer for a custom brokerage firm. Afterwards, with maybe a 1 year, 2 years experience, then you become an independent custom broker in custom brokerage firm. So after that, you have options to choose. You can become a branch manager in a logistic company such as, FedEx Trade Network, or maybe you can work for a lot of freight forwarders as the operation manager. Another option is you can open your own customs brokerage firm. The advantage of being custom brokerage firm, because with the license you have, you can open your firm even at your home, and the overhead is pretty low. You only need a computer, a phone line, and the license, of course, to launching the custom brokerage firm. And the business of custom brokerage firm is the business model for custom brokerage firm is very good too, because you actually accumulating the businesses. Once you have the first customer, then usually the customer will stay with you, and that import customer will have frequent import shipments, unless that import companies went out of business. So then you have second one, you have third one. It's like a snowball effect. So you rolling with about six months to 1 year. Usually you have a steady resource of the customers. And with another 3 or 5 years, usually you have enough custom base to support your business. And it's a business and can be passed on to next generations too. So it's really a very good business models. Another option is become the compliance manager. Usually if you're working for importers such as Walmart, or maybe in other companies like we have BMW, or another company like LG, you working for the large companies as compliance manager actually enjoy very high salaries. They are getting paid very well, and the workload is not as much as the workload in a custom brokerage firm. We have students, working for companies as a compliance manager. And also, of course, we have students who opened a custom brokerage firm, and we have students who actually are operation managers in logistic company or branch managers in logistic companies. The last option that I mentioned about for custom broker is become a lawyer. This is really very good a career path too. And we had students who applied for law school in NYU after took our class. So because when we as a custom broker, you deal with the regulations, you deal with the law. So it is really I would say a very natural extension for become a lawyer. By become a lawyer, a lot of things a lawyer can do, to compared to the job functions of a custom broker. So, become as a custom broker, the career is really, exciting one for for a lot of people. I think it's really good job to get in. And so how to become a custom broker? I mentioned about getting the custom broker license is really a stepstone, but how to get the license? There's 5 conditions a person have to meet. First, the person has to be a U.S. citizen, right? This is for many reasons. It has to be a U.S. citizen, and also has to be 21 years old, right? A 18 years old a person can still go apply for the exam, take the exam, but he or she has to wait 3 years in order to get this license. That person has to be a good person, has a good moral characters. Has to be a good person, because very extensive background check will be done before the U.S. Customs give you this license too. And that person cannot be a federal government employee. If you're working for the city or if you're working for the state, that's fine. So the last and the most important one is pass the custom broker license exam. So these 5 conditions a person has to meet in order to get this license. As you can see, so this kind of restrictions restrict a lot of people from applying for this license. They set a bar and limiting a lot of candidates. That's also a good thing for those who can get this license. For the U.S. Customs Broker license exam, we're gonna talk about it next. How overview about this exam. What is exam really about, and what's format of the exam? Okay. But before we talk about the exam, I would mention about advantage to get this custom broker license. There's no experience requirement. Let's say if you're not working for this industry, you have no prior experience. That doesn't prevent you from get this license. And also, there's no educational requirements. Maybe a lot of you has no education background here in the United States. That's totally fine. You can still go on to apply for this license. So this is really good. And also, license is valid nationwide. Usually, the professional license is regulated by state Department of Education, such as the lawyer's license, CPA license, teacher license. They are all regulated by the Department of Education in each state. But since this license is issued by the CBP, which is a federal government, this license is valid nationwide. I mean, this is really good because let's say if you move to Los Angeles in a few years for a personal reason, and you can still find a job, or you can still, keep your business over there. Because all the customs entries can be filed electronically. And license is good for life because the only requirement for you for this keep this license is to renew every 3 years by filing a status report. There's no exam taking necessary again, in order to keep this license. All right. So this is some of the major advantages for one person to get this license. I think this is really good. This is very good, and those reasons are reasons that our students who came to our school to get this license. Overview. Let's talk about the exam. And this exam also is very different from the other exams you guys probably know. First is open book. You bring every books, you bring every notes, It's like an open cheat. That's this way. You know, you can cheat on the all the materials you have, and any notes except electronic. And also the test is going to be 4.5 hours. And with half hours, you do the surveys on, you know, by the CBPs. The exam is going to be 4 hours. 4 hours. It's going to be all multiple choices. You pick 1 out of 5. There are going to be 80 multiple choices out there. In order to pass this exam, you have to have 75%, score 75% in order to pass this exam. So you do the calculation, right? 75% out of 80 is going to be 60, right? So you have to get 60 multiple choices right in order to pass the exam. Okay, don't forget it's open book. You have 4 hours to do the ticket exam. So 4 hours is going to be about 240 minutes. Let's do the calculation one more time. So each questions you have about 3 minutes to do, right? So you have to find the answer, which is 1 out of 5, you know, in 3 minutes. So this is the exam. Exams held twice a year, you know. So April usually it's first Monday of April and the first Monday of October. And the past April, there was no exam in the past April because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And most likely you will see a lot of people going to the exam center in October because the April exam is canceled. It's very interesting. And so exam is going to be held in Pearsonville. The exam center started in last year. Used to be in, you know, major hotels throughout the nation, but the CBP made a change. Now all the exam is going to be held in the exam center, Pearsonville. You know, you're going to squeeze into small, you know, exam the computers. You can bring your own books, or the CBP will provide you an electronic copy of the harmonized tariff schedule. So usually after you apply for the exam, 1 month before the exam day, the CBP you will notify you by email about which location you can choose. So the test result is valid for 3 years. You know, you can start to apply for your license after you pass the exam. You know, and you have 3 years to apply for the exam. So because this rule, whoever is 18 years old can take the exam, because in 3 years that person is going to be 21, and then he's qualified to become customs broker licensed. So this is the exam format. All right, moving along, we have a so the requirement in order to become a customs broker, and you have to pass the exam, and the exam require you to the required materials are usually the 2 major books and plus some supplementary material. So the first one is Harmonized Tariff Schedule in the United States. This is the required book for the custom broker exam. You use this book to find the tariff code. You're using this book to find the duty rates. Let's say if you import the mask, right? So you're using this book, the harmonized tariff schedule of the United States, to find the tariff code and also the duty rates of the mask. So this is one of the major books, and you have to study. You have to learn how to use. It's like a dictionary. So the second major book you need to use is the Title 19 Code of Federal Regulation. Title 19 of Code of Federal Regulation. You guys are gonna remember this book forever because you know the currently the COVID-19 pandemic, right? COVID-19. This book is called Code of Federal Regulation Title 19. Right? Sounds the same, right? Sounds very similar. COVID-19 CFR Code of Federal Regulation Title 19. Right? The second book. So this second book is telling about how to import. How to import a product. This is the second major regulations you have to study hard. So this is the two major books. Also, these other supplementary materials about instruction for filing filing the entry, other supplementary materials to these two books. These are the two books you need to take the exam. All right, so these two books has the following topics, right? And the topics has let's say entry, right? The how to file entry. Basically, when you import goods, you have to file a form. How to fill in the form. We call that entry. And the classification, how to use the HTS to find the classification number, how to use the HTS to find the duty rates. And you need to study the warehouse. There's many types of warehouses. Let's say the duty-free shops, in JFK, or duty-free shops in a lot of major international airports. Those are actually bounded warehouse, right? Bounded warehouse. And also we have to learn the trade agreements. We have the United States, Mexico, and Canada trade agreements. They enjoy duty-free trade. Okay, another topic is fine, penalty, and features. When you import something, let's say violating the intellectual property rights, what are some fine or penalties? Valuation, right? And let's say you import some goods and you declare the value of the goods is $10, and will actually CBP, the customs has the measurement or has a way to evaluate the products you import. So they will send you a letter if the price is different or low than their standards. And broker compliance, as every professional's compliance is always a major issues. And also there's other subjects like quota. This is a list of topics will be tested on the exam for your references. There are going to be more topics. For the first four, first seven, I would say one of the major ones. Okay, I'd like to show you the examples of the questions. They are all very plain English. They're all very plain English. They are not like legal. I wouldn't say like as difficult as legal terms you will see in a lawyer's exam. Right? It's what is a classification of 35mm format film style camera. Really, it's a plain language. Plain language. It's not something. I think the custom broker license is a exam can be passed by like common average college graduate students.